Hello. Can you guys hear
Hi,
me?
Angela.
Hi.
Yes.
Uh, Great. So I've got really bad lighting here, but I've got my son coming in really strong on the back. So,
No problem.
well, great. Well, we're recording, so we're just going to roll.
Okay.
So, you can pass this out to the team later on. But you may have seen the title is To Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And
Mm-hmm.
so the great thing about that is, anytime we want to do something new or want to do something great, we're really stepping out into uncharted territory. And so whether you're watching this for this, watching this as a recording or watching this live, whether you are a new consultant or whether you are a district wanting to go area or an area wanting to go region or vice versa, we're all, or a region like myself, leaning in to go nation, we're all striving into uncharted territory. And so I just want to let you know, when you step out to something new, when you're stepping out into that realm where you've never been before, there is a sense of fear that can accompany that. And I want you to know that's only normal. And so people who have really been successful in the past are all people who have felt that fear and they've gone ahead and they've done it anyway. And so I just want to encourage you that no matter where you are right now in your business, whether you're brand spanking new, contemplating, stepping out and doing your events, we're going to talk about how to feel that fear today and just lean in and do it anyway. And so, one of the things, I've been reading the book, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, and that's just a really great comprehensive book and a comprehensive read. And another great way to face our fears and to really move forward is to put that positive personal development inside of us. It just gives us that fuel to really see and understand that other people have been in our shoes before, and they've felt that same fear, so we're not feeling, odd. And they've just leaned in and they've done it anyway because they realize that the universe does not pay for knowledge. The universe really pays people and acknowledges people for action, for actually moving forward in something. And so many times we can analyze and we can plan and we can organize and we can get so bogged down in the analyzing and planning and organizing that we miss the action step. And that action step is so vital and so important no matter what step in the business we are currently in. So taking action is so important. So what does your calendar look like, right? We always encourage people to book 3 months out. So right now we're in July, but July, August, September, and really should be looking at October, because we need to plan that action. We need to plan that activity. And so Arbonne works simply when you work it. And it's that working piece, it's that action piece that we're talking about today, right? But many times it's that fear that's paralyzing us. And we just need to get out of our mind, out of our head, and just lean into that action piece. And when you move into action, you guys, people understand that you're serious about your intention. You guys have all put an intention out there to go to the top of Arbonne, right? And people are watching. And when we move out into action, people take note and people see that we're serious about our intention. And I love the saying that when all is said and done, hopefully more is done than said. Again, it's all about that action piece. And so remember what I was telling you, that the universe is really rewarding our action. It's not rewarding our knowledge. We can know it all, but unless we move out into that action piece and, walking across the room and speaking to someone, or, booking an event, we're not moving the ball forward. And so, and also when you move into action, let's just face it, we learn things that we can't learn from a learn and burn, that we can't learn from a how-to document on how to do a presentation. When we really move into action and we are actually doing the very thing that we've read about, that we've talked about, we start getting feedback ourselves on how to do things better, on how to tweak things. And it's in that very action that what we once feared, right, becomes comfortable. They say the more you do the uncomfortable, right, the more comfortable it becomes. We all know that. I see Linda shaking her head because it's true, right? I mean, there's so many things we can look back on and we think, oh, how am I going to do that? But once we do it and then we continue to do it, we just make it our own. I love the saying, and it's going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. Ready, fire, aim. So we're so used to ready, right? Ready, aim, fire. But I want you guys to consider ready, fire, aim. We talked about just, moments ago, people spending so much time aiming, right? So much time analyzing, preparing, pondering, what if, what will people think? That they many times never get to the firing point. We've all, had people join our business, right? They got the ready part. They signed the consultant document. They're now a consultant, but they're in the aiming stage. They've never got the two events on the book to really actually launch and fire. And what I really want to consider you challenging your current consultants and the ones that have just joined on is to fire. To really, again, that firing piece is just getting into activity. And once we fire, we can then take a step back and look at what happened. Look at the event we have. Look at the activity. Look at perhaps who we could have invited differently, or who we should have, actually invited. So that's a time that we can readjust. It's W. Clement Stone, he was born in like 1902, I believe. But he was a businessman, but just a great success thinker of this time. And, he said, all I want to do is change the world. And another one of the things that he said is that one of the greatest success book ever written was actually the Bible. And one of his quotes that I love, and I'll share it, if I can get here on the desktop. Here we go. Are you thumbs up if you see my screen, right? Great. Is thinking will not overcome fear. What does that say? But action will. It's all about getting into action, because many times there's so much fear of that unknown. But once we get into action and we, do that uncomfortable again, the more comfortable it becomes, right? So I'm going to stop share. Great. And so Ray Kroc, so we all know Ray Kroc, right, for McDonald's, and just his persistence, in so many of the things that he did. But Ray Kroc says there's 3 elements to success. Number 1 is being in the right place. Number 2 is knowing that you're in the right place. But number 3 is taking action. So you can be in the right place. You can know you're in the right place, but you can still not be successful if you don't do anything. And one of the things I really want to challenge you all to do is really revisit the 4-year career. Really revisit this phenomenal vehicle we're in called network marketing, and really understand the power of what we have here in this vehicle. And coupled with the products that we have and the timing, I always say that Arbonne is the perfect storm, right? We have 38 years of research and development behind what what now is just the craze here. So I want you guys to understand, as Ray Kroc says, the 3 key elements for success is being in the right place. And I'm going to tell you guys, you're in the right place. Knowing you're in the right place. And I'm going to really challenge you to really understand the power of the 2, vehicles we're in, the health and wellness space and network marketing. But then it's only up to you, each and every one of you, to take action in that and move that ball forward. Jack Canfield, he's the one who wrote the several books, Chicken Soup for Your Soul. And when he's been a writer on several different things. And one day he was writing an article and sent it in. He'd never done any article writings, but he just sent it in with to a publisher on parenting. It was a parenting magazine. And in the note, he said, if you publish my article, please make a note to, my book, The Chicken Soup for the Soul. And the publisher actually called him and was very angry. It was like, that is totally not protocol for sending in to get your articles published. There is a protocol to follow. But he said, I read your article, and actually it's so fabulous that I am going to publish your article, and I'm going to, go ahead and, make a note to The Chicken Soup of the Soul, which, as we now know, this book is just, worldwide. But Jack Canfield took that principle, right, of ready, fire, aim, because he didn't really know what to do it. He had an inspired thought that came across his head, and he just moved into action. And the cool thing about that is then that editor took the time to educate him on the proper etiquette of how to move forward to actually submit an article. But I just encourage everyone, we need to get into activity. Activity is what's going to move the ball forward. And so, when we move forward, as we know, you've heard the term failing forward, because as we move forward, not everything is going to be perfect. And you need to realize that that's okay. It's just part of the readjustment period. It was Martin Luther King that said, to be successful, you don't need to see, right, the top of the staircase. You just need to see that one step in front of you and take it. So I just want to encourage you to keep leaning in, to feel the fear, and to do it anyway. And Bob Proctor, who is speaking on The Secret, he just says that we can tiptoe through life trying to get through with as little of bruises as we can, or we can move into action and we can just truly live our full out wildest dreams. And again, that's all through moving into action. And so with that, I just want each and every one of you here, if you're tuning in live right now, or if you're tuning in, via the recording, the best thing you can do is to share this great gift called Arbonne and to move out into action. When an inspired thought comes across your mind, I want you to think, ready, fire, aim. I want you to take that inspired thought and move out into action. We've talked a lot about moving your business forward with Arbonne, just the night before, writing down those 6 key things that are going to move your business forward that next day. And when that next day comes, move into action on those 6 key things. So with that, I am going to stop the recording.